Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tardis Zone live on this Monday evening. We will have a guest or two joining us in just a minute. Um, so, every day I wake up and I'm like, maybe things will be great. The world will be grand, pandemic, everything is great, and then people aren't still getting bullied. But unfortunately, that's not the case. So as you all know, we did a stream, obviously, for Starry. YouTube obviously didn't like the stream. Obviously, we spoke about what was happening to her. But it turns out that the person in question just can't let go because was able to find Starry actually on the comment section of my video and start commenting in on the comment section where Starry was. Now, I got a message off Dan to basically say, could you look into this? Because obviously, Starry has left Twitter. She's made it clear that she doesn't want to be getting involved in anything. I do actually have a statement from Starry that I am going to read out. I will screenshot this statement. She says we can use it. I will screenshot this statement and put it in video form and put it up on the channel and put it up everywhere that I can to show people. So I'll read this. This was put up on the channel 21 minutes ago. So I'll read the statement and then I'll talk to you now in a minute. So I won't say well, he's only got 3 subscribers and I doubt it's his real name. So it's Mr. Thorfan64. This is from Starry. As Problem Being has stated, I have a life which you continue to encroach. You have been told to desist. Please do so. I have nothing to say to you because you still believe that you have done nothing wrong. And until you can see that, your words and apology mean nothing. Accept this. When you have thought about this given time and can give me a sincere apology, I shall accept. You seem incapable of this ability, so I politely ask you to please leave me alone. You have insulted me. You have offended me. You have assumed much and have prejudged me, which is the very definition of prejudice which you seek to oppose. You have liked and supported others who have attacked me and insulted me because I have different opinion to you. This is bigotry. You have supported people who have called me a token bitch and believe I cannot form my own opinions or have a mind of my own and have treated me differently because of it. This is misogyny. You sought me out on Twitter and now on here. This is harassment, which it is. Can I speak plainer? In your fanatical pursuit of being right, you are becoming the very thing you seek to oppose. You are not showing yourself to be prejudiced, intolerant, and bigoted. Now this is the consequence. You have targeted a grieving mother, a grieving woman, a mother that suffers with anxiety and depression, who also happens to be a Doctor Who fan. Just because I don't like the current incumbent does not make me any less of a fan or a person. But you do not see me as a person, just a name whose opinions must be quashed because they don't align with yours, or because you've decided you don't like who I speak to or who I'm friends with. You don't know me. Who are you to decide this? You are not going to judge me. What gives you the right to treat me like this? This is intolerance. I'm sure there is much we have in common and do love since we are both Doctor Who fans, but you only seek to find differences and not similarities. You haven't been kind, you have been cruel and cowardly and have enabled further cruelty and cowardly behavior. My friends are concerned about my well-being, and you have not contributed to it taking a turn for the worse. You have to live with that. Think on this and do better next time. Do you know what thinking is? It's a fancy word for changing your mind. You have been cruel and cowardly, so do what the doctor advises, make amends. All I ask is you stop and think and learn from this. Be kinder to the next person who disagrees with you on Twitter or YouTube or whatever it may be. Understand that there is a human being behind the name or avatar, and they are not your enemy. They're just people, and people have many different opinions. Hate is always foolish. Please just be kind. This world is crazy enough as it is. Always try to be nice, but never fail to be kind. Absolutely fantastic statement. And then she follows it up where she thanks me and Problem Being again and many others. But we don't need to get into that because it's not about me, it's about Starry. And I think that statement is pretty clear. So if you're listening, even though I've removed you, you've probably set up another account because that's what the kind of people you are. But if you're listening, she has made it clear now. Leave her alone. All right? Unless you come back with a sincere apology, jog on. She doesn't want to know you. Right, let's bring on a guest tonight. I wanted to bring him on because he was on with us. No, he missed the last stream that we did for Starry, but he's a supporter of Starry as well. And it's a regular guest. I might as well just call him my co-host at this second stage. My co-host, Rabbi.
Yes,
from another planet.
Starry.
And I'm still going to find out what that fact is.
Oh, what a great letter. Oh, my God. Is that posted online? Her response?
I have the post. I am going to screenshot it and I'm going to put it up. I'll put it in as video form, but it is in me. If you want to actually get it right now, if it's on my YouTube channel, it's on the Chads and Karen stream that we did in honor of Starry. But I will be putting it up later on. Don't worry.
I mean, yeah, whenever they show their faces, just put that out. That was perfect. I mean, oh my God, it was devastating. It was like, oh my, there's no comeback to any of that. He's done. He's toast.
Listen, at the end of the day, and he probably doesn't realize this, but we didn't actually need to stand up for Starry. We stood up for her because it was the right thing to do. But that woman didn't stand up for herself. That is some statement. You just not hear me. I'm sorry, I messed up a few other words because I actually got very bleeding roiled up reading it because what a bleeding statement, man.
Really good. It was really, oh my God, it was so good. Listen, I love fantastic written put downs. I really enjoy them. I really respect them. They were better than mine. Okay, that if you knew what a massive egotist I am, you would know what an incredible compliment that is. It was so good.
I'll just say that to everybody else. You know, it just doesn't go for just him. It goes for every person out there that has a problem with a person with a different opinion. That's exactly it. All in one statement right there. You do not. You know, you don't have the right to make anybody's lives a misery or a difficulty just because they have a different opinion. I'm sorry. Listen, I thought we dealt with this, but clearly this young man, and I won't mention his name, but clearly this young man has some either sort of vendetta or he just doesn't get the damage that he's actually doing. I would just say to you, you know, it's time to back down. It's time to back off unless you're willing to give a sincere apology. And she is right. You all listen to other people. I mean, I had it today, someone bringing up about Bolstrak being racist because he hasn't used the hashtag Black Lives Matter. You don't know what his opinions are on the whole situation anyway. So you can't make that claim. But as a friend of his, I can tell you out straight, he's not. And by the way, just because he hasn't been on Twitter and he's posted about other stuff but hasn't posted about that, he's a busy man. He's got a job. He, as I said, he's in Canada. He's in Canada doing something that you guys aren't doing. He's out there while there's a pandemic, which is all forgotten, by the way. There's a pandemic, and he's sorting out people's lives. He's sorting out people who gets money and blah, blah, blah. He makes sure that people gets money. He's doing his bit, right? He doesn't need to go on and use a stupid bloody hashtag that, in fairness, is not actually going to do anything. Words, sitting down and talking actually does something, yeah? Not using a stupid bloody hashtag. I'm sick of people, right? You can use whatever hashtags you want. I don't give a shit. But hashtags are not going to solve no issue, right? There's an issue of racism around the world. It's not just exclusive to America, right? The way everybody's going on, it's exclusive to America. It's not exclusive to America. The whole world faces racism. We've seen it in football the last 2 years. Daniel will tell you. Scottish football, the racism is rife in Scottish football. It's starting to get rife in English football. There's racism in the Irish game. We've got racism all over the world. The issue here is racism, right? That's the issue, racism. I think everybody has forgotten the issue, right? Yes, Black Lives Matter. Of course they do, right? And as people have argued, all lives matter. Yes, all lives matter too, but at the end of the day, there's an issue with racism.
Right. Although, no, I have to tell you, addressing the issue of racism, I doubt would solve the problems that are plaguing the African American communities in America.
But it's a start. People need to know where the fucking conversation needs to start. That's the problem.
It's what the problem is.
I'm not getting involved in it because I don't want to get involved. I'm even being accused of being a racist myself because I haven't used the hashtag. Right? I've spoken virtual signal like everybody fucking else. If I don't want to use a hashtag, I don't have to. I've spoke about the matter plenty of times. And you can keep calling me and Ballstreck racist all you want. We wouldn't have the support that we had if people for 1 second thought I was a racist. Do you think I'd have support of people if I was a racist? People know who I am. They've been supporting me a long time. They've been supporting Ballstreck a long time, Rabbi a long time. Even Rabbi was called something as well. Ridiculous. Lee was called homophobic, and yet Lee has openly told everybody that he's a gay man. It's absolutely ridiculous. He's a ridiculous. Now listen, I told you already. I'm done messing around with you kids. You need to realize, right, and educate yourselves, right? Everybody has different opinions, and that's okay. Once they're not hurtful, once they're not aiming hate towards anybody, you can have those opinions. And just because someone made a video about someone wearing a stupid costume for their birthday, so what? We all made videos about Jodie Whittaker turning up on her 30 whatever birthday in that fucking fairy costume, right? We all did. We all criticised. We all had a laugh at it. So fucking what? Get over yourselves. We're entitled to have those opinions if we want to. Just like you're entitled to your opinions of praising her all the time, right? You just keep praising this series and keep praising her all the time. But that's okay for yous. But it's not all right for us to have our opinions.
Okay. No. You keep expecting fairness, logic, sanity, honesty. You're not going to.
You're not going to get it with these.
They will never answer your question. They will never answer your question. Whenever you ask a question, they'll run away, and then. But it happened to me today. Somebody like from a week ago, somebody replied to a tweet to that kid.
A week ago, yeah, to do that as well, yeah.
Yeah. So it was like saying well, Ballstreck's a racist because of this. I'm like, no, he's not. No. And then I went through it and said no, it dismantled his arguments, and then he vanished. Then somebody screen grab of them like high fiving each other. They're talking about
as if they've won an argument or something. You know what? Not one of you will actually come on to any of our channels. We've run away. He's run away. He's run away. Run away.
Next time I see them, I'm just going to post Starry's letter in reply. And that's the only communication they're getting from me, because they're not interested. They're stupid little kids. They want to feel good about themselves, and they don't like it. We've been taking their toy away. So they're like, they got to feel like they're punching Nazis. They're just stupid kids. That's the bottom line. I don't care.
Yeah, I know. I get you, right? And that's fair enough. I don't normally care either. But there is someone that's being hurt and insulted by
Starry,
right?
But what a great...
And Starry, by that statement, we all know that Starry's able to handle herself.
Oh boy, I am not getting on the...
Starry has a family life, and they've been touched personally. They've actually said herself she's mourning a loss. So you don't need this crap. He just needs to leave her alone, right? If you're not going to come back with a sincere apology, just do yourself a favor and fuck off.
I didn't hear the what he did as an apology. What was it?
What?
I didn't hear what he did as
a... He said to me on Twitter that he was going to formulate a proper apology to send to her, and I was like, oh Jesus, oh man, these people are just... It's just because Starry is in the pot of bother, right? And at the end of the day, right, she's one of us. She's a fan like us. She has different opinions, and just because she has those opinions, she's being attacked for them. They won't attack us, but they'll attack someone that they think is vulnerable. But I think by that statement, Starry has already said to everybody that she knows herself. But that's not the point. We do the same for Blue Bonnet. We do the same for Daniel. We do the same for Annie. Yeah, boy, do the same for you. You do the same for me. I do the same for Lee. Lee had my back the other night. That's the way it works. We look out for each other. Because we're fucking
Oh, Lee's here. How you doing, mate?
Lee is here. I wanted to bring Lee on because Lee has been dealing with this, like myself and stuff, and he deserves to be on this stream. Dan is there as well. Dan, if you want to come on, I'll send you the link, mate, because you're the closest friend that's
Shalom.
How are you, me good old buddy, old pal?
Shalom. Sorry, I had my mic on mute there. I'm all right. Yeah, I was a bit taken aback. I thought, this is like stalking now. This is stalking. This is targeted harassment. And the fact that someone makes a so-called apology and then has the caveat at the end of it saying, but this is the reasons why you're wrong and I'm right, is not a sincere apology. It goes on. He comes back and he says, another apology, shortened, and still battening down the hatches and saying why she's wrong and he's right. And I'm saying, no, you keep doing the same thing over and over again. That's the first sign of madness, isn't it? When you...
Lee, catch me up here. Why does he think he's wrong? He's right.
Lee, actually, if you actually have his apologies there, right? You're not actually mentioning his name. We're not mentioning anybody's names. If you would like to read his apologies out, actually. And then obviously his apologies, and then Starry obviously gave that statement, which I already read out. But read out his so-called apologies.
Let me see, because I think I took a screenshot.
Because he'll say that we're not being fair. So to be fair and balanced, because we try to be, not all the time.
I mean, I took a screenshot of the, but because you've blocked the little toe rag, I haven't got them all, but I've got the first one. So this is his first attempt. It reads, "Found this by accident." Sure.
Oh yeah.
And feel something should be clarified. Yeah.
See, hold on. I think I do have that screenshot. I think I do have these messages screenshot because I said to Cheryl, I said I'll screenshot him before I delete him because obviously I'd gotten a message and I was asked.
Let me read the first one, and then you can, if you've got the rest, we can go through the rest.
Yeah, I do.
He goes on to say, firstly, I am sorry. Firstly, it shouldn't be first, it should be the last thing you say. But anyway, firstly, I am sorry that things got this bad. So he's not even saying that he's responsible. He's just sorry that it's gotten this bad because it's affecting him.
Oh, no, it's the same one I'm reading from, Lee. It's the same one I have. So go on. Same one. Go ahead.
Goes on to say, I am sorry, again, that things that got so bad you decided to leave Twitter. I should not have been embroiled in this. See how it always goes back to him.
No, just let him read it, because I've read this. Let him read it, because this is brilliant. This is gold. Let him read it.
I should have untagged you earlier when I was interacting with other people on the 22nd. I didn't realize you would get so upset with seeing the tags. As I see, it was days after I directly tweeted at you on the 19th that you left Twitter, meaning I find it odd I'm getting scapegoated when it was really just one set of interactions. I felt I should point out to you, woman. That's my
No, you're right.
It is condescending as fuck. I felt I should point out to you that the people you associated with do have a habit of pushing some very racist and sexist ideas. See Bowles screaming that Jody is hateful constantly, and a video where he is complaining that Islam is incompatible with the West, which he took down, so as you may not have seen it. I'm pretty sure you see why that looks racist and sexist. Okay, it goes on, next paragraph. For clarification, I haven't seen any evidence that you are a racist or homophobic or transphobic or anything of that nature, Virtue. I think that maybe you are not aware, because she's just a woman.
He said the same to me. Maybe you're not aware what Trek is.
I think you may not be just not aware of how it comes across from who you associate with. By supporting them, it does serve to legitimize these ideas, and without realizing it, you could be helping to spread it. Also, your claims Jodie is not the Doctor did come across quite badly, as a lot of people who deny her being the Doctor do so from reasons of sexism and often transphobia. So saying it can play into that mentality.
Oh,
okay.
I haven't finished. Not finished.
Go on.
I've got an idea.
No, let him finish, Rabbi. Let him finish.
We'll finish it. We'll finish it. Make notes. Even if you didn't do so for those reasons, I mean, nor did Bowles Trek either. But anyway, even if you didn't do so for those reasons and claimed it was because of her actions, even though other Doctors have also done bad things, and people don't deny they're the Doctor. Next paragraph. I apologize for making things too hard for you. But perhaps think about how associating with people like Bowles in comics, who claimed BLM are the only people who don't think BLM and that Antifa were white supremacists, looks to other people.
Wow.
Maybe you come back. Maybe just come back, but mute or block people that annoy you.
Wait. Did he include me with Bowles now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I made it. Yeah.
That's you as well. So yeah, that's his apology. His apology is the most backhanded thing I've ever seen.
Okay. So listen.
Now,
This is going
to say he did follow it up with another one, but because I was asked to basically kick his ass out, I did kick his ass.
I've got it.
Wait.
Lee has it. Go ahead, Lee.
Wait. Before you read it, I'm just going to make a suggestion. It's counterintuitive, but it'll probably work. If we have a whip round and get this kid a hooker, right? And get him, it all goes away, right? Everything's okay after that.
And it has to be a trans hooker. It has to be a trans hooker.
I'm not being funny here, but we don't know if he's into women.
There has to be a trans hooker, otherwise he's transphobic. If he doesn't like trans women, he's transphobic. He doesn't want to have sex with them.
He's a normal straight male, been told that's evil and being trans is right, and that's what's made him crazy. I guarantee you, he's a normal straight male. He needs a blowjob. Okay, that's it.
Oh my God!
What a time for me to
blowjob.
The rabbi going oral again.
Well, at least it wasn't fisting this time.
Listen, he may need a girlfriend for a week. How much can that cost? Really?
Well, if you have the money, Rabbi, we'll set it up.
Well, I don't know that much, but is there anybody? Is there a charitable lady in the chat? You can be anything from the age of 18 to 47. Okay, I think you can probably get it.
Of course, like if you're desperate, really desperate.
All you need to be vaguely washed. I think that's okay.
I think what we have here from
see
what
what's
we've
happening now,
seen.
Ginger Snap, is what we're making fun of you, and it's not nice, isn't it? Not so
because
maybe
he's going to come back and say it's aphobic.
Maybe you should maybe you should consider that when you go after one of our friends and make her feel that way. I mean, it's not nice, isn't it? Not. It's not. So we're gonna stop now. But I just wanted to, show you that it's not nice when someone takes the piss out of you, right? And when someone goes after you, harasses you, and whether you say it's harassment or not, it is, and it is stalking, and it is coming across a little bit creepy. You mightn't believe this, but we're actually trying to help you here. You mightn't think. But we are. We're trying to help you here. What you're doing is wrong, mate. You don't.
You're on the wrong side of history. That's the one.
You just look. Come after me. Come after Dan. Even come after Rabbi.
By all means.
Come after me.
Listen, you care so much about Jodie Whittaker's doctor and the fact that she's a female, and you care about female rights. Well, you're not handling yourself very well. You're actually coming across as a bit of a hypocrite. Simple as that.
I mean, I will say that
treat women with respect. You know,
he has liked posts from people that he associates with on Twitter who called her a bee. All right, so yeah. I mean, if they really think that that's okay because she's the bad person because she doesn't agree with them, then I'm sorry, that is the worst kind of hypocrite, because you're saying it's okay to treat women badly and call them a bitch and to call them a witch and ding dong, the witch is dead. I'm sorry, you are not who you think you are, and you need to wake up to yourself, boy.
Beautifully put, Lee.
Yeah, really do. He really does. I mean, look, we're sick and tired of it now, and you know.
Can I just say, guys, because this is a flying visit. I saw you all chatting away, and obviously I see there's quite a lot of people in the chat, nearly 40 people when I last looked, and obviously Starry-eyed girl, she's my best friend, and all and I've had some messages from her today. I mean, you've all seen her reply, and it's as eloquent and considered and as generous as ever. But obviously it doesn't take, you don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to work out that she is upset. And again, I'm quite a patient, and I'd like to think my blood is boiling now. I couldn't even read this guy's comments. I just saw problem beings, wonderful, considered sort of counselling of this character in your comment section. And obviously, yes, he has clearly got problems, but the main reason why I wanted to duck in is just to say thank you all for looking out for somebody that I care for very, very deeply, and generally for the message that you're putting out there. Exactly what you just said, Noel. Each of us have tried to kind of in our own way help this guy.
Yeah,
we could have been quite militant and quite aggressive, I suppose, if we were of that mind, but none of us are. And the people in the chat aren't either. I see some of our favourite people are here: Blue Bonnet Hoovian, Chris Persia, Daniel Leach. I see Charlotte's in here as well. Various people. We know the score, Derek McManus. But there's only so much any community can take. And so just thanks everybody. Thanks Problem Being. Thanks Rabbi. Thanks Noel. And I know that Starry-eyed Girl is very grateful for everybody's support. And keep watching the stars, because she will be back. She's got more bounce than Zebedee, and nothing's gonna keep her down for too much longer. But everybody needs to recharge their batteries and recuperate. Look, just like me, I need my feeds. I haven't eaten all day, so I'm going to go and get something down me now. But have a great stream, guys, and thank you. Thanks very much. Thanks for the link, Noel, and
no problem, Dan.
take care, all. Much love to everybody in the chat. Bye bye.
And to you, Dan. Thanks
See you later, Dan. Thanks for popping.
See you guys. Take care.
There you go. I like Dan as well. And Dan was the one that introduced Starry to most people, I think, in the fandom. So, yeah.
Right.
And you hear there, she is like. I mean, this isn't everybody.
49 people in the chat. That's really good.
That's fantastic.
So, I'm going to take you on a weird tangent for a moment.
Go on.
Okay. So my house is in the midst of renovations. They're ripping up floors everywhere. So they've done my bedroom and they started to do the kitchen, and it's really weird because they've done a whole section of the kitchen, and they've dug up the floor and it's like half a foot down. So when I go to the fridge now, I'll have to like here. But I just now. But this was the reason I was late to the stream because I was getting a coffee. I was looking at it and it's like this big chunk of earth is being dug up, and it's all sad. It looks like the Borg has invaded my kitchen and scooped it up. So, yeah. I figured you're the people I can tell this to.
Speaking of the Borg, just on your last video there, Rabbi. I mean, I don't know if you saw, but I had to repost a comment about 4 times.
Yeah, I didn't read the comment. I read you trying to post it. I was like, I hope he gets it through.
Well, I did eventually because I had to put an asterisk in between all the potentially triggering words, so everyone can still read the same bloody comment about something that I, feel I have some experience in, and coming from that so-called community, I think it's relevant. And the second I posted it, I went in to edit it, and it was gone. So and I thought I can do this all day, and it was. I think it's one of the reasons why I got booted from Twitter the other day. It's not only because I stand up to the bullies on there, who carry on with impunity. By the way, I'm the one who gets put on the naughty step. I don't normally defend someone like J.K. Rowling because I find her opinions and her politics very divisive and very this progressive thing. Progressive just means marching forwards. You can march off a cliff. I mean, it's irrelevant.
It's funny. Everyone's got their point. They can't go past, and they're like, "Whoa!" Yeah. And then the mob eats.
It's like you can't have an opinion on things because you're not of that thing. So I'm like, well, I am privy to it, and I have seen it with my own eyes, and you're preventing me from speaking about it. And that is no way for society to move forward. That's not progressive at all. It's very scary.
Well, I think people are like withering and dying on the vine. I think the reason the Jody bots are so crazy, are so insanely crazy, is because it's done very badly. It's been rejected by the public as well. It's been objectively rejected by the public and the fan audience.
It's because they understand it. It's at their level. It's their level of intellect.
They cannot deal because in their this is the way they think. This is their right. Show what a fan I am. I have in my hand a teeny tiny Dalek ice stalk. You might need one. It's been hit by the tissue compression thingy. In their mind, there's a new progressive wave throwing over the injustices of the past and the terrible male patriarchy that has evilly controlled and kept women down and kept minorities down. The patriarchy has seen the progressive stack and it actively keeps these people down. But now their chains are being thrown off, and there's no new progressive world has taken over. We can see that in things like Doctor Who. There's a new lady Doctor Who who's clearly on board with being trans, and everyone's going to love it and embrace it because nobody's really these old fogies anymore. Now it's the new, and it didn't work. They're like,
they don't have the imagination. It's a failure of imagination. It could work. It could have worked, but it didn't because they didn't think about the story. They just thought about the politics and the overtures to the pandering of the Twitter
Yeah,
mob.
and again, another thing that is brought up by these idiots is, well, Bullshit talks about diversity, hiring, that's racist. No, that's exactly what he means by
I
it.
told him, go and watch original Star Trek.
When you introduce characters and they're only there for political reason or agenda reasons, and they're not actually there to add.
It's racialist. It's not racist. It's racialist what they're doing.
Most Trek is entitled to actually talk about those things too. I think he's actually need to take the sawdust out of our brains, because you clearly don't know what you're talking about. You bring up the same old arguments. It's the same old arguments every time.
They never ask questions. They just run away. Have you heard the new was it Stephen Moffat thing? The scene? It's like everything hated about Series 10. Everything you're embarrassed about Series 10 encapsulated in one 5-minute block. It was awful.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. I just saw your video on it, and I thought, oh, here we go. Okay. My eyes were rolling to the back of my head.
It's under, that was it. Bill Macker's got under 2.5 minutes of speech time. She mentions she's gay about 37 times.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
I'm not even joking. It's like, oh, yes.
Are you sure they're not like taking the piss out of themselves?
I thought you were taking the piss there, because I did want to say something about that. So I did watch that monstrosity, listen to that monstrosity. That's what exactly it was. It was a monstrosity. They had a good chance to send a good message. Now, don't get me wrong. Within all the monstrosity, there was a good message. But unfortunately, it was lost with all the bullshit. And he's right. Bill just couldn't stop telling us. We know Bill. We get it. I love Bill Potts as a character. The one that I hate was that every 5 minutes that she was telling us she was a lesbian. We get it. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I mean, I find it insulting that these messages have to be crammed in.
Yeah.
Pandered to people like me. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't need validation. I don't need constantly being told how we must be represented on screen all the time. It's so tedious. It's embarrassing. I feel embarrassed. Frankly, it doesn't help me at all.
Yeah, people are asking about the what Moffat video. Yeah, the Doctor Who lockdown obviously was cancelled, as you know, and instead they actually put up a little piece in its place. It's the last piece.
Impossible.
And he thanked Emily, Ben, and some other person for saving his ass or something. But you can go and listen to it. I didn't like it, to be quite honest with you. I'll be accused.
Didn't they replace the World Enough in Time with the Thin Ice episode where Capaldi punches the guy for being a racist?
Come on, that was brilliant. I have to even admit myself, I know that was a bit of virtual signaling, but that was brilliant. When he punched that racist in the face, that was brilliant.
Yeah, it was a good compromise.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved when he punched that racist in the face. That was brilliant. I mean, Thin Ice is actually not a bad episode.
Did you see the article about how black people in London were? I think it's an article about how it was as diverse as it is today. Really? No, it wasn't. I mean, there were obviously dockers and people.
The best representation, if you're gonna go for black representation in Doctor Who with Capaldi, was in the comic strip. They did a really clever thing that they had them stay with like this family over a period of this black family for over the period in the 70s. So it's really cool. He worked in the underground, and I really loved that. It was like a year of stories. Who was that? That was Capaldi.
I haven't seen that.
So I would recommend. I think it's called the Highgate Horror.
By the way, just to let everybody know, though, there's a Twitter account that's gaining momentum that I think you need to know about. It's I think it's called Defund the BBC.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'm up for that.
Garrett Roberts and a few others have actually followed it, so it's interesting. Okay. Mr. Roberts,
I follow that. Whatever Gareth Roberts does, I follow him. I like it.
So yeah, he's following defund the BBC. Az actually did a video where he put up and he actually explains to people how you're able to, cancel your TV license legally. He said it's simple. So you should check out his videos actually and see what it is about the TV license. It's well worth. Now he said in 2 years' time he will have to go and ring them back up and like say that he has to. See, it's once you cancel your TV license, it's not cancelled forever. Every 2 years you have to go back and tell them, well, listen, I want to cancel it again, until they actually, till basically, as he said, until the government decide the right thing to do is defund the BBC. Only then will we truly get what we want in Doctor Who. I believe.
Unfortunately, you're right. Yeah, unfortunately, you're right.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I find it it's a throwback to the 1950s. No, I'm sorry. If you want to be progressive, inverted commas, then why would you stick with a system that's been around since colonial times? Mm. Yeah, I mean it's a tax on being given propaganda. It's outrageous.
Defunding government bodies. Can you either of you explain to me how is defunding the police like a workable solution? Like, how don't we kind of listen? I understand.
Boy, you can't talk about that. You can't talk about that. You're going to be called a racist now. You're going to be called an oppressor.
I just don't understand the plan. Like we're just going to have police
and firemen, firefighters as well.
You're going to be called an
firefighters.
You're going to be called an oppressor now. Everybody's going to be slagging you off now. You're an oppressor.
You Yahtzee.
Tell me the plan. Can you explain me the plan?
Oh, they'll have vigilantes in place. They'll have the Antifa to do it for us, and then they'll go around just beating people up.
Mad Max. I mean, it's such a crazy ovary. No matter how much you hate Trump, you're going to be like,
listen. I don't want to get into a whole political thing. I'm being honest. I don't want to talk about.
I should have done that.
But I will say one thing. I will say one thing on it. If people don't get a grip of reality, right, we're going to have more of this madness. So people need to sit down now and start talking once these cops get done and are put away. You just need to sit down and talk, sort out the issues that are at hand. Yeah. Me personally, I think it's a bad idea, but Cheryl explained it in a way, but
what's the bad idea?
My wife. That's the way it is. People do have different opinions, but we're not getting into
the bad idea.
Well, she thinks that basically it's not defunding the police. You just use some of the money to go into communities where they actually really need the money. It's not actually defunding the police, not like what they want. She just says that some of the money should be used that's given to the police forces to communities that actually need it.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to tell you something that everybody can get behind. You know, a fantastic policy. Go after the pharmaceutical and the health insurance companies that are truly disgusting. They're the most disgusting people in the universe. Go after them, tax them, and have the money from the tax you put them for overcharging the entire freaking continent of America for the pharmaceutical. Tax them for that, and then use that those taxes to build teaching hospitals right in their own communities. And see, that's the thing. You got to give people a way out, and it's been really set up to.
If you want to help Black lives,
right? But listen,
in America, wait, I'll just finish with this.
We have to stop this conversation.
Let me just finish with this. If you want to,
no, I can't.
Let me just say, if I want to finish it. If you want to finish,
no, YouTube. I'm insisting.
Defund family planning.
It's done.
The abortion of Black lives
on the channel. Done. I don't listen. Let them go crazy. Go crazy. If people are not are stupid not to sit down and talk the issues out. I don't give a shit, right? I'm here. I'm safe with my wife, my dog, and all I care about is what happens in my country, right? If the rest of the world doesn't sort itself out, I don't give a shit, right? So I don't want to talk about Boris Johnson, Donald Trump, fucking pandemic, or fucking Black Lives. I don't give a shit. Until everybody sits down and talks about it, I don't want to know. Simple.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Oh, look, I'll do my video.
Channel I listen to now, everybody has an opinion on it, and all I'll say, you can all have the opinions that you want. At the end of the day, if you aren't sitting around the fucking table and actually talking, we're not going to get anywhere. So shut the fuck up.
You're right. Well, no, you know what annoyed me? That's basically the whole point of my video was I was going like, I want to be watching Doctor Who. I have this 24/7 going. Can I have Doctor Who? Can I have anything? I can just like a bit of escapism. That's all I'm looking for.
Exactly. I mean, the way that it's been hijacked for just political posturing and continuous messaging. Knock it off. We want to escape.
Sitting down. This is what I'm talking about. Instead of actually people sitting down and actually sorting all the issues out that are actually making people do all of this. Yeah. Hashtags are not going to save the world. Has anybody figured that out yet? No. Just go and sit around the bloody table and sort it out. Yes, it might take a while, but you will find common ground, and then finally, then hopefully the whole world's at fucking peace. It's not something to strive for. Come on, I'm sick of it. And these little gobshites call me a racist. Watch these fucking strangers, idiots. Racist, me bleeding arse. If I want the whole world to be fucking come together, be in unity with each other. Right?
Well, the Irish have been
I don't want any starving kids out there. I don't want any people oppressed in 2020. Are you fucking crazy?
The Irish were under the English thumb.
We're not living in the fucking the 1940s here, right? It's not Nazi fucking Germany.
The Irish were under the thumb of the Irish were under the thumb of the English for 800 years. 800 years.
And by the way, yeah, my country. Yeah, exactly. If anybody could talk about bleeding this crap, is me. I'm an Irishman. Look what happened in my country. Right? But I don't go bitching about it. We sorted it out. We got peace in the country for the first time in fucking hundreds of years. The North and South together as one. Right? If we can do it, the rest of the world can do it. You have no excuse, because I tell you one thing, it was hard, right? There was different religious factions, different political factions, right? And they were able to sort it up there. Now it's an unsteady fucking peace right now. But yeah, the people of Northern Ireland have finally said it, and the people in the Republic have said it. Enough is enough. Violence is not the answer, right? Sit around a bleeding table and sort it out. There should be nobody at war with each other nowadays. It's bloody ridiculous.
I can tie this back into Doctor Who, to current Doctor Who, right? This is all basically the themes of this week, of this last month's Colin Baker Big Finish release. It'll set right at the in France at the after World War II. So you had all this like recriminations against the bad German people and it really dealt with all these issues. It's what their best releases in that range, I think, in a long time. It's very good.
Yeah. Well, this stream was originally about bullying. It wasn't Doctor Who tonight. So I'm asking. It started off with Starry's statement. So if you've just joined us, maybe you should go back to the start of the stream and watch the start of the stream, because it's important, because there was an important statement from Starry. And then Rabbi and myself, and then Dan came on a while ago as well to speak about it. So that's what we're actually speaking about, bullying.
Yeah, it's got to stop. It's
just went a little bit into this, but we're it wasn't supposed to be a Doctor Who stream tonight. Anyway, that's why I just wrote the Tardis on live, because there wasn't a topic that we were going to discuss. I just wanted to bring up what was happening with Starry. I got messages off Dan. She was a little bit upset. And this is why I've gone on a bit of a rant, because I'm sick and tired of all the bullshit. Everything could be sorted out in the world if everybody just sat down and fucking talked. It's as simple as that, and it is as simple as that, right?
How many times? How many times?
I'm sick of as well, and Lee is right. I'm sick of political angles being made out of fucking everything. That does not fucking help either, right? It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help the people that need to be helped. So just sit down, bang our heads together, and come up with a solution where people can go out and don't have to fucking worry about being fucking told or racist comment made against them, right? We should be living in a society where that's wiped out anyway, right? So I don't need to use no hashtag. I don't need to use to put up posts every 5 minutes to show how fucking wonderful I am, right?
Absolutely right.
Fucking
I think you do, because if you don't, then you cannot.
Look at me. Oh, by the way, a channel that I have been problems with, right? I went into their community post just to have a look, right? Virtual signaling all over the place. So you've got a pride hoodie, you've got a Black Lives Matter hoodie, and then you say all the proceeds go to Black Lives Matter. Fair enough, that's fair enough. But I don't need what? So because you do that, all of a sudden you think you can have a go at people on Twitter because they don't use a stupid fucking hashtag. Go and shove it, you little virtual signaling little twat.
It is. It's narcissistic. They don't care. They just want to make sure their friends know.
You're not helping. You're
like
doing fuck all. You're doing fuck all. What? You're giving them a few quid. You think that's going to fucking help? Do you? You think that's going to fucking help? It's not going to fucking help. You don't throw money at I'm sick of this as well. You throw money at an issue. Oh, here's a load of money. Issue solved. Issue was not fucking solved because the issues are still fucking there.
Absolutely.
Says Christ, do these people not know anything? Educate ourselves. Yes, fair enough. You are giving money. It is a good thing, but there's a lot more you could be fucking doing. If you really want to fucking save the world, go out and actually get up off your arses and fucking do something about it and demand that the politicians fucking do something about it.
Well, they're too busy burning, other black businesses down to the ground and then saying that Black Lives Matter. I'm sorry that doesn't compute with me. Yeah. It's the same thing that happened in the LA riots back in the early 90s. There was a video, heartbreaking video,
and nothing was solved back then.
No, and this guy, he lost his business. His van was torched. This black guy, this elderly black guy, and he says, "Black Lives Matter." All I was trying to do was try to make it in this world, and he was absolutely crying. It was horrible to watch. And it was just like the same thing's happening now, and it's like destroying people's communities
exactly,
all because of this. And it's like this is not how you resolve anything. Violence has never resolved anything.
Exactly. Right, listen, people do want to hear about Doctor Who, so we'll talk a little bit about Doctor Who for half an hour or so, but this stream wasn't supposed to be Doctor Who. I should have probably made that clear. Because some of you are not happy that I'm doing this. I'm being honest right now, and this is going to sound bad. I don't care, because I'm just sick of all the bullshit on Twitter. I'm sick of it on Facebook. I'm sick of looking at YouTubers and everything. It just revolves around that. Like, I came onto YouTube for a bit of escapism.
Okay, speaking of escapism, I put a link in the chat. It is for a free download. Basically, there's a download on my videos. You guys will like, but there's a free download from Big Finish of episode 1 of Doctor Who and the Starbase, which is a Tom Baker story, and it's an adaptation of a Doctor Who magazine comic strip, and it's a lot of fun. It's really a lot of fun. I recommend it to everyone. It's got Meet the Beep in it, or is it Beep? No, Meet the Beep. That's right. Or is it Beat the Beep? Beat the meat. One of them.
I'm gonna find a wormhole. There has to be a wormhole somewhere, because this is definitely a parallel fucking universe.
Pretty true.
I'm fucking telling you, 2020 just feels like, I even said it. It feels like a Rick and Morty reality TV.
We're walking around with masks on. I keep saying we're in an episode of Black Mirror. It's weird.
Everything that we've been shown on TV is happening right now.
Yeah,
it is. Listen.
It's orchestrated. It's so clearly orchestrated.
Being honest, I honestly thought 2020 we always start off the next decade a bit shit, right? It doesn't always be the best first year, but the second and third year they'll be fine. Then something happens in the fourth and the fifth year, and then we're screwed for the rest of the 10 years, right? The rest of the decade, I should say. But 2020, like everybody's saying 2020 is a write-off. Well, you just have to prepare yourselves for 2021 being a write-off as well. This is not, listen, this, everybody has forgotten that there's another thing happening in the world right now, because everybody's so focused on what's happening. And I don't know if it's right or wrong, and I'm not going to say whether it's right or wrong, but they're all at the being out there protesting. Yeah. And we don't know, let's be honest, we don't know how many people have actually, ended up being infected. So we better hope to God that all of these people don't have underlying medical conditions, because if they do, the hospitals are going to be fucked.
Well, it puts to bed the whole Cummings thing, doesn't it? Because they were hounding that guy forever on the social distancing thing, and then they go weeks later, they're all cheering for these people.
It's like a mob mentality or something.
It is entirely mob mentality.
Society has completely broke down. The structures around society have completely broke down.
Well, that was my point I was making. I think that's what
free for all. Well, I tell you, won't be a free for all. J-Bots be warned. It's not a free for all for with me. You come after me, I'm gonna come after you twice as bloody hard. And you bully any of my friends, I'm gonna come after you twice as bloody hard. So, like, you know what I mean? It might be a free for all, but trust me, you won't. You have no clue. You have no clue. And sorties are shit. Oh, you know what?
You're prejudged. You've been prejudged. That's the definition of prejudice.
Yeah. Prejudged. I don't give a shit if I'm prejudged.
Bigotry, by definition, is not tolerating someone else's opinion. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing. So they can cry about it all day long. They are just as guilty, if not worse, because we're not trying to shut them down. They're trying to shut us down, and they think they have a moral right. And that's where things get dangerous, because I'm pretty sure people in brown shirts had moral rights as well. I think
there's so few of them now, though. That kid on Twitter, seems like there's literally 3 of them.
Probably,
there is, but it's instigated by someone else, and then that other someone else doesn't get involved because he's a little chicken shit, and we all know who that little chicken shit is.
I guess.
Problem being, definitely knows who I'm talking about. We all know who's instigating. He doesn't do his own dirty work. He gets other people to do it.
Like a real narcissist.
The last time he came out and tried to do something himself, right, he was put down by Ballstreck, and then he went after me, and then he was put down by me, and he didn't like my little video at all, because he actually went crazy, right? So the thing about it is he's being put down twice. So to save himself from being embarrassed again, he's using these vulnerable kids. By the way, that brings me on to what I wanted to actually talk about in a stream, but I might as well bring it up here. So, as you all know, we have a mutual YouTuber, well, me and Problem Being do, that we used to know. This YouTuber, let's just say, stabbed me in the back, right? Now, why am I bringing it up? Well, I'll tell you why I'm bringing it up. I saw something pretty disgusting, and I had to say something. Even though this person has hurt me, which they have, I feel it's right that I actually say something when I see people abusing this person. So Cynical Who has a video up, and it's called Why I Hate Tom Harris, right? And it's a Minecraft video, but he's narrating in the video. He's actually there on the screen, and he's going, "Oh, look, Terry's stairs. Something you would, he's slagging him off. He's
done this before. And I called him out.
Taking the piss out of his disability. Now, Channel Pup.
Narcissist.
Listen. Channel Pup on his community post then puts up a photograph with Tom Harris making a face, right? And he actually writes, I actually screenshot it. because if he tries to pull it down now, because he will be told about this video. I screenshot it, pal. Too late. People are going to see what you said. So he said, actually, do you know what I'll do? I'll even do one better.
Whilst you're doing that, I came across this before, and he mocked his disability on a stream, and I called it out, and the Tardis, bless his heart, right? He told me basically to go F myself.
Yeah, he told me the same.
Because I called out Channel Cut for being a narcissist, and I stand by that because I know narcissist personality disorder. I've come across it so many times. He ticks all the boxes. He keeps people enthralled by his charisma, if you want to put it that way, in inverted commas. Yeah, but then sort of uses his position to mock people below him. But it's like a Stockholm syndrome sort of thing. Yeah. So he keeps them manipulated and controlled and mocks them, and they run along with it because they feel that, you know, they have to earn his respect. And it's awful to watch. And now I have a brother who's spina bifida, who's in a wheelchair. He's been in a wheelchair his entire life. Okay, he was born with it, and he is a remarkable man. Actually, he's got married. He's had a kid. You know, as a kid, he did like the London Marathon and stuff like that. He, you know, full on. But when I find people mocking, even in a joking way, about someone's disability like that because they feel really pally and they can do that kind of thing, because hey, you know, and it's not what a real friend really does.
I'm sorry, I think it borders on bullying, to be honest.
It's narcissistic bullying.
Yeah, because even the way that he comes across. Now, you could check the video out yourselves, because I don't know if I would be allowed to play it here, but I really would, just to show you how pathetic he actually is. But this is the screenshot from Channel Pup's new channel. Well, he calls himself Channel Enterprises now, or some mad shit like that. But there you go. He says, see this Tom Harris, this man who didn't have to beg me to share his video. Ha ha ha, you silly man. Now, anybody that knows Tardis used to go around and ask people to share his videos, which I do as well. There's no harm in it. But this man is actually taking the piss out of the fact that he's asking. And this is cynic. This is what Cynical Who looks like, the little prick. And I am calling him a little prick. And even though Tardis did actually stab me in the back to be with these little gobshites, I'm going to call out the bullying. It is bullying. And I don't care if you say it's a joke, right? It's not a joke. You're actually bullying the chap and you're pretending it's a joke, just like that other piece of shit that you actually follow. I told you already. And Tardis, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because whether you believe it or not, mate, I actually do care what fucking happens to you. I always have. You had a fucking friend here and you turned your back on me, but I cannot stay silent anymore because I've seen a few of these incidents. Right, I even tried to speak to you and you basically told me to mind my own business and you could defend yourself. Well, I'm sorry, clearly you can't, right? And I'm pretty sure if your parents saw this, they wouldn't look at this as a bit of bloody fun. It's absolutely, there's the video there. Go and check it out. It has 422 comments. Even there's a couple of comments in the comment section that actually say that this is bad and they say it's a joke. It's not a joke to these guys. Listen to his narration. You tell me if it's a joke. Listen to everything that he is saying about Tardis and you tell me if it's a joke. It is not a joke. And you know what? At this stage, I don't care. Your name is there for everybody to see, Cynical Who. I don't give a shit. This stream isn't even being monetized anyway. Nobody gives a crap. I don't give a crap anymore. I told you. I'm sick of this shit. And even the person that stabbed me in the back, I'll defend them. And that is the screenshot that he has used. And he deliberately used that screenshot as a piss take. Remember that. This is what Pup does, right? He's a big fucking ass manipulator. He's a fucking bully, right? He even bullies his own bloody girlfriend. He had to apologize a few months back or last year with a big statement on his community post because he treats his girlfriend the same.
Narcissist. Perfect example of a narcissist. And I said it then and I'll say it now. These people, they can't help themselves. And when you call them, I mean, you put light on them, they're like vampires, okay? They just disappear. And the more that these people have light thrown on, then the better, because they go around and they harass their so-called friends. And it's so fake because they need validation, constant validation all the time. They need adulation, and the way that they do it is by manipulating people who they feel are weaker than them. So they prey on people, and then they manipulate them, and they humiliate them, and the other person will never admit that they feel bad. So Tardis, listen, mate. You told me where to get off and go, and I left you to it. Okay, but I think that if you search within yourself, you know what I'm saying is true, and I do care. I do care because I've seen it, and I've seen what it does to people, and I'm not trying to make you out to be a victim here, but you are being preyed upon by someone who doesn't care about you. They care about themselves. Period.
John made a great comment there. Sick way to stream for subs. Exactly. Imagine actually taking the piss out of someone's disability, and even taking the piss out of someone's disability for a joke, in my opinion, is disgusting.
Yeah, it's not.
So either way, this is not looking good. And I mean, Pup just shows his utter nastiness. Yeah, that screenshot was deliberate that he used for that. Trust me, I know the type of people that they are. And Tardis, seriously, mate, you're better off away from them, right? I'm not saying come back over here and it's all going to be kumbaya. Go out there on your own and make your own way. You don't need any of these.
Stop being manipulated.
Yeah,
don't be manipulated.
People. You don't need these people. They are taking the piss out of you. And this is not me, because I know it'll be spinned, Tardis Zone is jealous. It's nothing to do with that. I'm genuinely have your back here. And if you can't see that, that's fine, fair enough. But you need to find your own way on YouTube and disconnect yourself from those parasites.
They're toxic. If anything's toxic, it's people with personality disorders like narcissism personality disorder, because it is one where it can really sort of destroy you. They will destroy you without a second glance, and they look like they're being friendly, but they're not.
For a second, I have to go. I'm sorry, I have to bounce. I mean, I had to go about 10 minutes ago. No, just before you go, you want? I saw your teaser thing. Is there anything you can add to the teaser for us?
Oh yeah, we'll have a couple of more of them coming. Actually, we have another 2, and then I think when we drop the last one, we're gonna have the trailer then, or the reveal of who the guests are on the stream. That's it, really, isn't it? Isn't that all, really?
Okay.
If you haven't seen the teaser, actually, Rabbi is obviously going to get all the credit here. He has put together these 3 wonderful little 20-second, 25-second little teasers for the interview that we have on Sunday, the stream that we have on Sunday, I should say. So we're going to have one. We had one today. We're going to have one tomorrow, and then we'll have one then on Wednesday. And then I think Wednesday then you will know who the guest is. Oh, by the way, I've got some exciting news for you. So I have got a guest coming on Thursday for you. I might as well tell you who it is now, because it's sealed. So it's 6 o'clock. Yeah, of course I'm going to tell you his name.
Hey, is it Az?
Of course, everybody calls him.
Yes.
Yeah. So heel versus babyface will
be
at 6 o'clock Thursday. So don't forget to join me. Right, and we'll have other guests on during the week as well. As I said, we have that one on. We have that interview on Sunday, but we still will have the classic Who on Saturday. So don't worry about that. That's still going ahead. But obviously, the Series 2 one kicks off next week. Yeah, it'll be next week. Right? Yeah. So as obviously has agreed to come on. 6 o'clock was the time agreed, so Thursday. So I'm over the moon because Cheryl actually likes him as a YouTuber. She actually thinks he's hilarious, and
he is brilliant.
We actually sit there and watch his videos on the big screen. He's just so funny. So I just asked him, and you know, I think I asked him last week, but he said he was busy, which was great. And then he said, "But listen, I'll get back to you." And he got back to me, and he says, "Yeah, Thursday." So I said, "What time?" And it's brilliant because there's no time difference. So
yes. Good for him as well, because he's always on the American time, isn't he?
Yeah, so it'll be good. It'll be good. So we'll probably stream from 6 to about 7:30 because I have to leave before then because Cheryl's sister's retirement is being streamed live. She's retiring from the army. So
nice.
So yeah, it'll be the first time I've met her sister, so I have to be there.
Cool.
So
nice.
Be there.
You know, that'll be 8 o'clock. Yeah, so I'll get to meet me sister-in-law, isn't it? Yeah.
Excellent. Wow, have fun with that. Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
I have to be good. She's in the army, like she kicked me ass.
I know.
Right, Rob. Sure. Listen, you know what you're doing anyway, and I'll talk to you. I'll see what we're doing Wednesday anyway, right?
All right, we'll work it out. All right,
and I'll
bye.
catch you on Wednesday. We'll see
Bye,
what's
Rabbi. Shalom.
So Noel plus as equals a potential critical mass of a rant. Oh yeah. Well, it will be funny. I have to be honest. It's gonna be funny anyway. I mean, listen. He might end up taking over the whole stream. And I will
he has a wonderful personality.
He's just so funny. I just listen his videos are always spot on.
He's very intelligent, very intelligent.
He gets to the point. So I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
He reminds me of a friend of mine who's from Leeds. Same sort of personality. Same. When he's incredulous about something, it comes across as the same. What? What the? It's just the way he does it. It's just spot on. It reminds me of that.
It just got me thinking as well, though, right? That I've had on Ballstreak, I've had on Neurotic, and now I'm gonna have obviously here versus
the Unholy Trinity.
Nice. I have invited other big YouTubers on. Obviously, as of yet, because most of them do be busy. I haven't heard that back, but I'm sure I will at some stage when they get around to it. I could say more, but I won't.
Yeah.
What else was I going to say, Lee? You little, because you laughed there, and then I just thought of something there.
Sorry, my fault, everyone. Sorry.
Evil little man. What you call it? Yeah. So as I said, look, I'm just going to try bring on as many different guests as I can. Hopefully, you will enjoy who I bring on. Listen, I'm bringing on people that I enjoy listening to as well. So that's always a bonus. But it's good when you bring on those YouTubers that you don't really interact with either, because, like, you know, the streams can be fun.
Has a very. I mean, you can see how he's sort of become sort of the darling of the fandom menace, because he was a gamer channel before, and then he started picking up on the culture war, and immediately he sort of exploded everywhere, and he's wonderful.
I mean, he could see it in the gaming industry, and then he was watching the shows themselves and could see it for himself. I think it was the right move for him anyway.
Absolutely. He seems to have a sixth sense for doing the right thing. He speaks so brilliantly, so plainly, and with such gusto, and his humor is so down to earth, and it's brilliant. It's exactly how it should be. He's the ultimate YouTuber. I think he's fantastic.
Yeah, he's brilliant. He's someone that I rate. There's a few YouTubers that I kind of look up to and inspire to be like, and he's in that category now. Most definitely.
I'm going to blow smoke up his arse so hard he'll be like,
I won't.
no, I will.
At the end of the day, he's great at what he does.
He's smoking up his ears.
He's another important voice, and why not bring him on? And listen, you know what I mean. I just want to thank all the YouTubers that actually have agreed to come on, because you know I know he has his own channels, and you know I know some of his. Actually, I heard this. Is this true? Right? Because I don't know if this is true. Now, I've never seen it in their side of the fandom or anything, but is it true that there's certain bigger YouTubers out there won't appear on smaller channels?
Well, I think that's a given.
If that is the case, I would actually say to those YouTubers, remember where you came from and how hard it was for you.
Well, I think a lot of it springs from the once you've got your hand up, you pull the drawbridge up mentality. There are some people like that. There's some people who don't do that and who are more than happy to help out smaller channels. But I think there's certain subsect of people who, you know, well, I've made it. Bully for me. I'm all right, Jack.
Yeah.
See you later. You know, that's the way it is.
Sad. I had Father Christopher Miller on as well. Actually, I've done well actually on this channel when it's come to interviews. Actually, now I'm actually thinking about it.
Jeremy, you got me.
Wow, I would love to get Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers on. But why is Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers winking a smile? Is that in relation to what I just said there? Is he one of those people? Yeah, well, I'd like to know why. I just want to know why. I just like say, remember where you came from. I'm not using that as a digger at him, but come on, guys.
Well, I think we have to remember that the fandom menace is not a monolith. Okay, there are multiple different people with multiple different personalities, multiple different beliefs, and all sorts. So not everyone is going to be as wonderful as some others, and some are going to be less gracious.
I haven't seen it on their side of the fandom, but I have heard that is a thing, and I just wanted to ask if it is, because you know I think it is unfair. You know, I mean, you know, Gary has come on no hesitation twice on this channel. Ballstreck whenever he's asked. You know, the first time I've asked Az to come on, he's agreed. You know, I mean,
it just depends on the day, I suppose, and on the personality.
Out of their way for you, and I like that, because these guys know where it all started from. Them, they know it was a struggle. You know what I mean? And that's why I'll always respect YouTubers like them, because they will always give. And listen, Gary gives me a shout on his channel almost nearly every second night. I mean, he's done a lot for this channel. Ballstreck does his streams on the
Gary's great, but I think Gary's, you know,
Gary's the most honest.
I think he's very, very, very true to his word.
Just like Ballstreck, just like Critical Drinker as well. Oh, actually, yeah, that's another one that I have. I'm actually in the process of trying to get onto the channel. But I have an advantage, I have to say, because he's good friends with, guess who? Ballstreck. So, Ballstreck.
And the Gaelic connection as well.
Yeah, so Ballstreck is going to try and sort it for me.
It should be everyone pitching in to bolster it. I mean, the more audiences every channall within the Fandom Minutes gets, the better it gets, the more we can win this culture war. It doesn't serve any purpose to not do that. You know, we all should support that.
And they come onto my channel, they're obviously supporting my channel, they're agreeing to come on, so they're obviously supporting it, and that's a great thing, and it helps the reputation of this channel. And I'll make no bones about it. You know what I mean? It'll help the reputation of the channel, and that's always a good thing. You know what I mean? And I love Critical Drinkers
brilliant.
Right at the end.
Another great mind. You know, this is what I love about the Fandom Menace.
Cheryl says, no, let Critical Drinker say it. I always do that. Cheryl, go away now. And she goes, no. Let Drinker say it.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, well, he is brilliant, and his videos, especially, I love this Terminator Dark Fate one. I thought he was spot on in that one, and his humor, he is just brilliant. Look,
He's spot on. Again, this is what I love about the Fandom Menace compared to these shill channels who perpetuate this fucking blatant nonsense.
And
is that they're so intelligent and they're so funny, and humor is so lacking from the other side.
I know.
So lacking.
And listen, we're blowing smoke, and rightly so. We're blowing smoke.
Fuck it.
These YouTubers.
I'm a militant smoker anyway.
Put a lot into their videos. His Timeless Children video was great. That's probably what up there is one of his best ever videos. He is just a legend. Listen, they're all
teddy bear.
They're all legends. They're all legends. Every single Gary, like the amount of work that he puts in, and then still having time to pop onto my channel.
He's committed, absolutely, 100%.
So I thank him for that, and you know, hopefully we can get him on again. You know,
I've had to unsubscribe myself
busy right now, but I will ask him. I know he's busy right now, so I haven't asked him.
I've had to unsubscribe myself from membership because I've just realised that I'm spending so much money. I've done so many super chats and things. It's costing me too much money. I need to eat.
Yeah, I know.
So I thought rather than I'm getting rid of my membership, from
crazy you are.
I did it across the board because it's no offense to them. It's just, I just can't keep doing it. You know, I've had to step back. It's unfortunate, but I do support them still. You know, this ways about
well, everybody's going through financial turmoil at the moment. You know, we're all feeling it. But hopefully, in a few years' time, everything is, you know, we'll all have a bit of money in our pockets. Well, if money even exists.
I know.
We're all going on. They'll cancel money next.
It'll be cancelled everything.
Okay, I don't mind if it's cancelled money. If I can walk into any shop and pick up whatever I want from now on.
Well, why not? Antifa do.
So if you want to go down that route, I'm all for that.
You know what the Antifa currency is, isn't it? It's a household brick. Right, that's mine. See you later. Thanks.
YouTube channel. Just don't get Muller on. The stream will last a week.
Because his videos go on for days. Very good.
Scotland's greatest
you have to explain the joke.
Drinker, says Daniel. Actually he is. He would be until you become Scotland's greatest YouTuber, of course. Which probably won't be too far into the future if you keep going the way you're going. Well, Drinker is a published author of several stories, so he has actual understanding of how to write and tell a story, says Colin Peasmith. He does. I hope to get him on because we will obviously ask him about his books, which means his stories, which means I'll have to do some proper research when I get him on, so I don't make a fool of myself. If you want to talk about cancelling money, get your fellow Irishman Dave Cullen on too. I'd love to get Dave on. I don't know how easy it would be to reach out to Dave, actually.
Just go down the pub.
Unfortunately, that's what I probably would do. I'd go, yo, Dave, fancy a pint? I'd like to talk to you, mate.
Why not?
But, unfortunately, I will try. And listen, I did leave a Twitter post up on Twitter. If there's any guests that you want me to get on, as I said, leave a comment on Twitter. Let me know who you would like. Actually, leave me a list of YouTubers you would like me to get on Twitter, and I will go and ask them. I mean, listen, you won't know until you ask, right? If they say no, they say no. Say yes, say yes. The majority of them normally do say yes. You know, it's then just figuring out a day and a time, and that could be the problem because, you know, time difference and stuff like that. So actually take that into consideration as well. You know, American streamers and
they're like 6 to 8 hours behind us.
Yeah, even 8 hours is not too bad for me. You know what I mean? I don't mind. I could stream up to a certain time, if you know what I mean. Then you're going to have to keep it down because you know how loud I can get. So, yeah. But listen, as I said, Twitter, let me know. and I'll see if I can get them on. Why not? It should be good. And Chris said, "Thank you, Rabbi, for the teaser." Yeah, wait till you see the other two guys. He has sent them to me in advance, obviously. So I have the other two teasers. So I don't know, because I put this one up late, the first one. I don't know if I should put the second one up after 12 midnight, or I should wait until tomorrow.
What day is it now? It's Monday. Yeah, I'll leave it till tomorrow. I would.
Yeah.
Build up a bit of tension. That's
it. And then we have the third one. Then obviously, you will know who the guest is on Sunday. Then Big Trekkie. So it'll be interesting. We'll have Ramsey on as well, and Ballstreck, as I said. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one. It'll be an interesting one. I forgot to mention Purple Lady and Samantha Joe said they wouldn't mind coming on again. Just Samantha doesn't know much about Doctor Who. Well, I did ask the girls. I did actually say to Purple Lady, yeah. Well, listen, we won't be just doing Doctor Who streams on the channel. As you can see, I'm branching out a little bit. So we'll get the girls on. We could talk about movies.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to Eris of Chaos.
Yeah, I've put their channels up. I've actually put all their channels up on Twitter, and I actually shared them on Facebook and on Messenger with some people as well. So check them out.
And Loki as well.
Most of the channels are new channels, so get behind them, please, because they're good channels. I will bring the girls on again. Chris, actually, if you want to just say to them, I'll probably Wednesday, if they're not streaming Wednesday, we could bring them on Wednesday and we'll have a movie stream. Bring on, I asked Rabbi as well, so Rabbi and maybe another couple of guests. We could do a movie stream. Because I think people would like, a little bit of a break from all the other stuff, and we do movies. Why not? Because it'd be nice to talk about favorite movies. Because I've got loads.
I'd love to do one with Mel Brooks, like Young Frankenstein or something like that.
Yeah.
That's my absolute favorite movie of all time. It's just so funny, so funny. I think
Leland has to go. Goodbye, Leland. Nice to see you in the chat. We've got a question, so I'll just put this question up because we're going to finish shortly. And I mean, we definitely are going to finish because I keep saying it and we don't for this time. But AM Lee 13 asks, what do you guys think is the best performance by a classic Doctor in a classic episode? Well, we did watch Caves of Adrazani with Peter Davison, and a lot of us commented that was probably his best performance as the Doctor. But the best performance, classic episode Doctor, that's a bit of a tough one.
Well, for me, it's going to always boil down to Tom Baker, because that man chews up everything he does.
I was thinking Genesis. It has to be Genesis of the Daleks. But then in saying that, then you get Peter Capaldi and New Who with Heaven Sent. And I know you asked for classic. Right, if it was New Who, it's Peter Capaldi for Heaven Sent. If it's classic, I'm going to go with Tom Baker's Genesis of the Daleks. I think that performance is absolutely perfection.
It's so hard to pinpoint any particular classic era. Tom Baker, for me, it's always going to be Tom Baker because it's my absolute favorite. I can watch it on the loop. But I would say Genesis is a really good one. But God, I mean, City of Death is I think top performance. Oh, right. The Curator is also wonderful.
Just what it is, Colin P. Smith's anxiety there. No, we haven't gotten William Shatner on. Trust me, if I got William Shatner on this channel, I wouldn't be doing teaser trailers. I'd be all over my computer talking about it for the next week. William Shatner, as far as I know, doesn't do stuff like this. He's very particular what he does. Obviously, there's a lot of scammers out there. He has his reasons, and to be honest with you, I agree with them. So he doesn't. I don't think he does stuff like this. But if he ever did, yeah, I would love to bring William Shatner on. Who wouldn't? But it's not William Shatner. But it is someone that talks about Trek. That's known by Trek fans for talking about Trek. That's all I can really say. But it's nobody got to do with the cast, so I can ease your suspicion.
Knock that on the head.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not an anti-Trekker now. Well, they're anti this.
And the anti-Trekker's another YouTuber.
Oh,
but no, it's not. It's not. I know who it is, but it's not. It's not anti-Trekker.
Well, I don't think they like Discovery, and I'm pretty sure. No, they don't like Discovery. What am I saying? And they don't like Card. But there's someone that everybody kind of respects their opinions.
Yeah, they're not a Drekker or a Shrekker. Yeah.
I can't say Atten without giving Atten away. Some people will know him, and some of you might even have heard of him. But he is. It's a he anyway. But he is. He's big on Twitter, and anytime he puts up a post, people sit up and take stock. So that's all I'm going to say. I have, though, I will tell you, I did take a cheeky punt a few weeks back at trying to get Sean Pertwee on when we did actually Inferno. But obviously at the time the account was protected. So when we get around to a Pertwee episode again, which we will, I might take another stab at it because he's actually on Twitter. And see if there's any communication and see if we can get him involved in some little way, or even to like even send a message to the fans before we air the episode if he was willing to do something like that. Obviously that would make me day. No, that'd make the rest of me life. The son of a great doctor, an actual great actor in his own right. I mean, he was great in Gotham. He's even though Gotham went a bit, yeah. Gotham was one of those shows that I actually really enjoyed at the start. And then,
well, I designed the boots for Jeremiah's Joker.
Yeah,
that's my claim to fame. So I'm forever linked with that. But yeah, they didn't pay me. They didn't pay me anything. They just took my design and they bought a pair from the place that I had them. Made for me.
Yeah. But William Shatner or anybody like that. But I will reach out. I will again. I'll see. Because we're at what we did Peter Davis, so now we've got Colin Baker and then Sylvester McCoy. And we'll leave the Paul McGann movie for a while because we go back to Hartnell, then obviously Troughton, and then Pertwee, and then by the time we get to Pertwee, but we'll have to see what it's like in the UK with the lockdown restrictions, because by that time we get to that point, they're probably able to fly and he'll probably be off working again and stuff. So we'll just have to see what happens.
Well, whilst things are still sort of in lockdown, maybe.
Yeah, same here, which, but
best opportunity.
We'll see. We'll give it a go anyway. That's what I'm trying to say. But even if it was just a brief message, like a 15-second message, just to say hi, welcome to the episode, or something like that, that would be great. But yeah, we can dream.
Yeah, why not? Dream big.
That's it.
Whittle it down from there.
But as I said, I want to branch out, and we will be still covering Doctor Who. It is still primarily a Doctor Who channel, but we have for the channel to survive, I have to start doing other stuff. When I first set up the channel, I thought all I would ever talk about was Doctor Who. But let's be honest, the destruction of pop culture.
It all feeds into it's all part of the bigger picture.
Doctor Who, obviously, and it has damaged other things that I like. You know, I am a huge fan of the Terminator franchise. They completely destroyed that. You know, I am a fan of the Alien franchise, and I think Ridley Scott actually destroyed that with his bullshit. But we won't get into that because I could talk about 3 hours about that bloody movie. Now he's talking about bringing out a sequel to it now.
Oh, great. Just what we needed.
Buried, but now all of a sudden it seems to be resurrected from the dead. Listen, I've seen a lot of the movies that I've grown up with being remade and being remade unjustly and being made with agenda put into them. I've seen shows that I've grown up with, not just with Doctor Who. There's plenty of other shows out there that we have watched that are getting destroyed. I mean, it'd be wrong of me not to talk about those other things. I mean, I'm a huge Star Trek fan. I mean, I should have been talking about it from the beginning when all of this, but I was so busy and consumed with Doctor Who that I kind of neglected the whole Star Trek.
It's a war on so many fronts, and it's so hard to keep up with everything and cover everything. And there's plenty of channels that do cover.
Prometheus was supposed to be a trilogy, Chris. Yeah, he actually had 2 trilogies in mind, believe it or not, Ridley Scott. He had this whole grand plan. So there was going to be a trilogy spin-off of the, if I'm correct, the original trilogy, and then he was doing the Prometheus trilogy. Oh, it was mad. It's mad.
All I want to see from an alien movie now is the alien invasion of Earth. That's all I bloody want. That's where I've always thought it was going to lead towards.
Actually, what I wanted to ask you, do you want us to do the Peter Cushing movies as part of the Classic Who watch-alongs? Do you think he should be included?
Why not? Why not? I mean, it's more in canon than current era, so why not?
Someone has asked me if I'll do a Blake's.
Yes, and yes, and yes, yes.
Well, it is long overdue, isn't it?
Yes, yes, it is. Yes, yes.
Well, we might have to do that on Rabbi's channel because I'm getting a bit blocked up with all the other streams that I'm going to be doing. And then I don't know where I'm going to fit Blake 7 in. Because we have the Classic Who watch along. And remember, the new Who watch along comes back next week. So that's the weekend gone. Friday night, then we stream. I'll be streaming with Lee. Wednesdays, then I stream. I'll be having other guests on because there's other guests to come on. Mondays to say I just don't know where we're gonna fit this in. So maybe we'll do it on Rabbi's channel.
Yeah.
Blake 7 if he's up for that because I know he's a fan anyway. So maybe he could host that one.
I haven't given up. Colin. I haven't given up. It's saying I've given up on Rabbi for the Blake 7 Big Finish reviews. No, I keep badgering him. He's aware. We will sort it out.
No, he's get it done. He just has to look at. I can vouch for Rabbi here, and Lee knows I'm actually, Lee will agree. Rabbi has a lot on his plate at the moment. He's trying to do trailers. He's trying to do other stuff. If I'm not mistaken as well, he's doing some work for someone else. And he's actually getting their website together. The website that we were supposed to launch weeks back, but then other stuff came up, and then obviously this crap with the pandemic got worse.
And I've been busy with Dan from Facebook as well.
Right now with different streams. So look, Blake 7, if I could squeeze it in, if Rabbi can only do the reviews of the audios on his channel, I can't do the actual show. I'll try fit it in somewhere. But I have to tell you is out straight now, Cheryl is a very good wife, because if this was any other wife, they wouldn't be having this, because I stream nearly every day now, and we're not spending a lot of time with each other because we're getting up at different times. My sleep pattern is all over the place. Her sleep pattern is all over the place. This whole situation that's going on is like, because she's American as well, you can understand where she's coming from. She's obviously watching our country right now tear itself apart. That's not good for her. So her sleep is all over. She's getting very anxious. Ted is not helping either because he's feeding off Cheryl's anxiety, and then he's getting upset. And then myself, my sleep patterns all over the place, and then
same.
It's just crazy. And the young thing that is keeping me going is the channel, but I am trying to make more of an effort just to, spend a bit more time with her, because obviously you think we'd be spending all the time with each other because we're locked up in a pandemic, but like, believe it or not, as I said, because sleep patterns are all over the place. So she'll literally go to bed now. 20 to 9 now. So she'll literally go to bed in about 2 hours from now. So I'll get to spend 2 hours with her until tomorrow.
Now,
yeah,
it's hard to find a balance.
She might wake up now, which she normally does. She'll wake up around 1 or 2, and she might come out then and spend an hour with me, and then she'll go back to bed. But her sleep patterns are just all over the place. We need to get back into a routine. Yeah. Why did I bring that up? Oh yeah, because I'm saying my streams are all getting clogged all up. Yeah, because there's loads of other streams that I still have to do that I've never done, that I haven't done, that I'm gonna do, that I haven't done yet, because obviously we've been getting distracted with crap that's been going on. And this is why I'm getting annoyed now, because I come onto YouTube to be entertained. Right? I come on to listen to my favorite YouTubers and to forget about what's happening in the world. But unfortunately, because of what's happening in the world, it's seeping into videos. And I just want to, I'll just sit down. As I said earlier on, I'm not going to say it again, but just sit down and talk these idiots, bang our heads together, do whatever it takes, and sort out the issues at hand. Because you know what? We only have one life, and it could be beautiful if everybody wanted it to be. But, there are.
But people are so busy looking for what divides us and what, what.
Yeah, exactly.
What we share, what brings us together, rather than looking at things that divide, look at things that we can relate to together, and that we can meet in the middle and say, this is what combines everything. This is what brings us together. Rather than this constant backbiting and bitching and constant backsliding. And all of this, it's unnecessary, and it's just been whipped up and whipped up and whipped up, and social media, the evil that it is, just circulates it like a fucking hurricane of insanity. And it's just perpetual, and it's a war of attrition, and people refuse to just go, okay, I'm listening to what you're saying, let's try and find a solution, let's try and work together, let's try and find a middle ground. None of that happens. Too busy trying to fit into like 200 whatever characters, and not really reading what the other person's saying, just reacting. And we're all guilty of it. I'm guilty of it.
We all are. You're right. Here's a question for you though, and it's kind of changing the subject a little bit. But on the Alien subject, the Audible original of Aliens 3 is good, says Colin P. Smith. That's for you, problem being.
Yeah, I mean, I do.
Does anybody recommend an Alien game for the PS4? Is there any good Alien games for the PS4? I know they have made some Alien games. Is there one that you would recommend for the PS4?
I'm just going back to the audio thing. Is I've only sort of more recently sort of started getting into listening to some audio stuff. I find it very difficult because finding the time to actually just sit down and pay attention to something, and then half the time it's before I go to bed, so I end up falling asleep and I wake up and it's gone on to the next story or something. Like I find it very difficult to focus on because I'm a very visual person, even though I make music and sound stuff.
See, that's why I do like what they do with the audios, and this is why I do say these would work better as animations. If they had them as anime, I'm telling you, man, some of them stories that they have would be absolutely fantastic as animations. I don't know how I don't know, maybe it is too expensive. Maybe that is the reason why they won't do it. But
commission fans to do it. Fans are always looking to get their fan art out there. There's a lot of very competent. There's a lot of students out there who are very, very good at doing what they do. Okay, you might have a competition. have a competition and say animate one of our Big Finish audios, and we'll put it out there, and do it annually or something, or
is
whatever.
there anybody in this chat that could do that? Even do like 30-second trailer of a well-known story and do a scene and show everybody what it would be like if one of these Big Finish audios was actually animated, and actually put the audio in, right, with the animation, obviously, and then show people.
Well, look, I mean, it's happened before. We had the opening titles.
Second even scene and say this is a snippet or an excerpt out of the Big Finish audio, and this is what it would look like if BBC animated it, and this is by whoever did the animation, and then right, BBC, give me a call. Done.
Yeah. I mean, animation used to be very expensive. Now anyone with a computer and an ounce of intelligence and ability and creativity can knock out animation very easily. Once you've got the structure, you've got the workflow set up, it's very easy to then take what you've already got and then reuse it very, very quickly for the next project, and that's how it works. So it's a lot faster than it used to be. It's a lot cheaper than it used to be. I think if you did a competition, I think if Big Finish did a competition, that would be great. I don't know what the issues would be with licensing. Maybe there is something there that they can only do audio and that's it. I don't know. But come on, BBC. We want more Doctor Who. We want more visual Doctor Who. I mean, this is a great way of doing it. Why not?
Exactly. It'd be perfect. It would be perfect. And listen, we've left on a bit of a positive note there for a change on the channel. So I'd just like to thank everybody that popped in. Lee, listen, thanks for sticking around. I really appreciate it. And thanks for coming on with such short notice. I really appreciate it. And listen, I will echo what Starry has said. Throughout all of this, you have been the main person, yourself, Dan, that have been right there at the center of it all.
Just being a fake poser, white knight. That's it. That's my job. Apparently.
Well, listen, I just want to say, don't forget hashtag we stand with Starry.
We do.
You don't
we
forget.
stand with everyone who's.
Oh, we do. But right now, Starry is the one that actually, obviously has the issue. But it is wrong what's happening. Bullying in fandom because of different opinions is wrong. We get accused of it, but the problem is that you guys, Strike Force, we defend ourselves, but
and they get away with it every time. I'm the one who's currently banned off of Twitter whilst they carry on bitching.
On the screen because Chris put it up, but I also have it as a banner as well, so we'll put the banner up there as well. We do stand by anybody that has been bullied. And we do not tolerate that kind of behavior in the fandom. And listen, guys, I want you all to stay safe. Make sure you stay alert for those teaser trailers. There's one already up on YouTube. I've also put it up on Twitter, and I've also thrown it up on Facebook, I think, or shared the link anyway.
And there's Farasha Hanan there. Hello. Sorry, you've missed it, but you can always go back and revisit the stream and rewatch it, and you can see where we're coming from. And thank you so much for showing your support.
Exactly. Thank you very much. I didn't see your message there, but I really do appreciate all the support. To Daniel, to Chris, Super John, and all the other mods. Again, Chris, thanks. Welcome back again. You're back into the swing of things. Love it. But I'll stop saying welcome back now because you're probably sick and tired of it right now. But it is good to see you back. Do you know what? I was saying this to Charlotte, is the streams haven't been the same, actually. Because I know once you're in the chat, everything is going to be okay. It's going to be safe in the chat. Nobody has to worry about it. And Daniel has been doing a stellar job while you've been
legend.
legend, of course. While you've been out on your sabbatical. Oh Jesus! But you know what I mean. But oh, shut up, you. No worries.
I'm saying nothing. Nothing.
No problem. No problem. Listen, I'll stop now. I'm embarrassing myself, but thank you all for the support. I really appreciate it. And I love the way you all get on with each other as well. Yous are credit to all the fandoms you belong to, and I sincerely mean that. So until the next time, stay safe, look after yourselves, and I will say good night by leaving you with this.